Hey there, aspiring developer. Welcome. I'm going to be your guide on what I think is one of the most rewarding journeys in tech today, becoming a modern Python developer. We're going to map out the entire quest, from your very first line of code all the way to landing your dream job.
Okay, so let's dive right in. Before we set out on any adventure, we kind of need to know where we're going, right? So what does it actually mean to be a Python developer in today's world?
You should think of a Python developer as like a digital multi-tool. Seriously, they're the builders, the analysts, the problem solvers. One day you could be writing the server-side logic for a web app, the next you're automating a company's daily reports, and maybe on Friday you're training an AI model. It is all about versatility.
So the first step on any great quest is to understand the landscape. Let's take a look at the huge territory that Python covers, and you'll start to see why it's such an incredibly powerful choice for developers.
Python's real power, its secret sauce, is that it's just about everywhere. It's become a major force in pretty much every big field in tech. For web development, you've got frameworks like Django, which is like an all-in-one toolbox, or Flask, which is more like a build-it-yourself Lego kit for smaller projects. In data science, it's the undisputed king for analysis and machine learning. And for automation, oh man, it's the absolute go-to for writing little scripts that can streamline almost any boring, repetitive task.
All right, so you know the destination. Now it's time to gather the essential gear for your journey. These are the absolute non-negotiables, the skills and concepts you've got to master to become a confident, effective developer. This path right here is your foundation. You got to start with the absolute basics, the syntax, the data types. Then you level up to object-oriented programming, or OOP, which is really just a powerful way to structure your code by modeling real-world things. After that, it's all about learning the essential libraries that do the heavy lifting for you. And finally, Git, which we'll get to in just a sec. Mastering each of these really unlocks the next level of your skills.
And you gotta remember, learning concepts like data structures isn't just about cramming for a technical interview. No way! Understanding how something like a linked list or a hash map works, it fundamentally changes how you think about organizing data and solving problems efficiently. It's kind of like a chef learning different knife cuts. It's what makes you a true professional.
This is just a brilliant way to put it. This is why every single developer, and I mean every single one, needs to learn Git. It lets you save checkpoints in your code, you can go back in time if you make a mistake, and you can work with other people seamlessly. Doesn't matter if you're working on a personal project or contributing to a massive open source one. Git is your safety net and your collaboration tool all rolled into one.
And now for the really exciting part. It's time to take all that gear you've put together and go on your first real expedition. This is where you put all that theory into practice by actually building real things.
The key here is to just get some early wins on the board. Build a simple API that serves up some data. Find a boring, repetitive task you do on your computer every day and write a Python script to do it for you. Process a CSV file and pull out some cool insights, or even better, find a small bug in an open source project and submit a fix. I'm telling you, completing just one of these is how you go from someone who is learning to code to someone who is a coder.
Okay, so with those foundational skills and a project under your belt, you've arrived at a crossroads. Python is super versatile, which is great, but it also means you have choices to make. This is where you get to choose your specialty.
You'll find two really popular paths diverge right here. As a back-end developer, you're the architect. You're building the hidden machinery of an application, the databases, the user authentication, the server logic. As a data scientist, you're more like a detective, sifting through massive amounts of data to uncover trends, make predictions, and tell a story with numbers. So the real question to ask yourself is, do you want to build systems or do you want to find secrets?
So for that back-end path, you're going to dive deep into frameworks like Django or Flask, and you'll become an expert in databases with SQL. Think of it like learning to build and manage the engine room of a huge ship. Now for data science, your new best friends are going to be libraries like Pandas and NumPy for shaping and analyzing data. This is more like being a cartographer, mapping out these unknown territories hidden inside your data.
Okay, you've chosen your path. You've honed your skills. The final leg of the journey is here, proving your worth and landing that first role. This is where all your hard work is about to pay off.
And listen, a great portfolio, it speaks so much louder than any resume ever could. It's not just a list of things you've built, it's a living, breathing demonstration of your ability to see a problem, design a solution, and write the code that makes it happen. It is your proof.
When you walk into that interview, they're testing more than just what you know. They're testing how you think. You need to be ready to explain why you chose a particular tool for a project in your portfolio. Be ready to solve a problem on a whiteboard.
They really want to see your thought process and your ability to write code that's clean, efficient, and easy for other people to understand.
So look, your journey as a developer has just begun. You have the map, you have the tools, and the world is absolutely full of fascinating problems, just waiting for a solution. Your solution. The only question left is, where will you begin?